So we'll begin on the Nigerian Tribune this morning, and on the Tribune, screaming headlines: weaponization of poverty, APC tackles Atiku, Amechi, El-Rufai, says trio united by desperation, silent on 8 years of Buhari's administration. NAV airstrikes kill 20 terrorists in Zamfara. Courts shot lawyers, litigants stranded as judiciary workers begin strike. North must support Southwest in 2027 to complete 8 years in power, Shehu Sani speaks. Assaults on vice principal under police arrests parents, 4 others. Aggrieved lawmakers ask WAEC registrar to resign over conduct of midnight exams. Well, never seen anything like that in my life. Writing exams at night. It is not even an exam that you would write at any point in time. Maybe if you are home, it's online based. You know, if you're home, it's online based. Yes, you can write it anytime. Even if it is 2 a.m., it's okay. At least you're safe. Not an exam that is built for 8 a.m. and you're writing for 11 p.m., 12 p.m. Crazy. Anyway, we haven't seen the tears of WAEC just yet, so maybe we would excuse that. At the time we're going to see tears, just like JAMB, then we can start taking it seriously. Ground rents. I derive joy in stepping on toes of powerful people, says Wike. Suspected headers kill 43 in Benue communities. Again, Benue bleeds. On the Daily Times, VP Shatima pushes cocoa processing, $25 billion gas pipeline economic drive. Mokwa, flood disaster survivors lament delays in emergency relief. Assets to Tinubu's victory will lead APC campaign in Rivers, says Wike. Okay, you really need to lead that campaign in Rivers. Rivers is already captured. I thought so, but anyways, fingers crossed, you never know. Put Nigeria's democracy on recovery path, ADC National Chair tells Tinubu. WHO, T.Y. Danjuma signs a $2.26 million agreement to advance health in Nigeria. Police arrest 37-year-old Bauchi man over alleged sexual harassment of stepdaughter. Over now to the Nation newspaper. On the Nation, police, CBN, Abuja's agency, others owe FCT ground rent. Headsmen kill 33 in Benue. Court finds El-Rufai 900 million naira for illegally detaining Kajuru leaders. Mokwa flood death toll hits 200. Wike might take on PDP 2027 elections. Amechi Fubara. All the details on the Nation. Over now to the Punch. And on the Punch this morning, presidency moves to settle 2 trillion naira power debt. Reps grill WAEC chiefs over exam disruptions. Judiciary workers strike grounds courts. 7 states spend 190% of revenue on loan repayments. 2027, Wike's Tinubu endorsement sparks opposition firestorm. PDP bigwigs, opposition parties split over minister's stance. Bode George, Amechi camp, others vow to fight Wike. Federal government estimates 880 billion naira yearly for road maintenance. IATA decries high airlines operating cost in Nigeria and others. Boko Haram fueled by political elites to destabilize Tinubu, says Kalu. Boko Haram fueled by political elites to destabilize Tinubu, says Kalu. 3 Nigerians back 15 years jail for fraud in India. Lagos APC, LP in turmoil as PDP eyes local government poll upsets. Over now to the Daily Trust. Mokwa flood, death toll hits 200, over 500 still missing. Sad tale, really, really sad. Still staring us in the face, and we still hear about the delayed relief materials. Always delayed when it comes to the people, but never delayed when it comes to their remunerations. That's a truth. Ribadu's warning against ransom payments to kidnappers. Ribadu's warning against ransom payment to kidnappers. That's on the Guardian newspaper this morning. NAV strike kills 20 bandits, 5 vigilantes in Zamfara. Amnesty International demands probe. Mokwa flood, over 1,000 still missing, 200 bodies recovered. Publish or perish. 97% of public varsities default in online visibility and transparency and order. 97% of public varsities default in online visibility and transparency order. Anyways, you can put that on the scale of the job of a public affairs analyst or public affairs department or communications department of the university. So it's more like an indictment on all of them. PDP tries AGF as Osun government sues federal government for shopping council's allocations. 16 years after meltdown, NGX market cap surges by 347.5%. 2027, PDP's internal crisis worsen as Wike judge trade words. Natasha's denial of sexual harassment allegation against me an afterthought, says Omokri. Over 950 southeast locations occupied by bandits, headsmen, and kidnappers. All the details on The Guardian. We're back to the table where Chris is waiting. Chris, good morning. Thank you for joining.
Good morning, Charles. Good morning, dear people of the world. It's another bright and early morning, and glory be to God for life.
Indeed, yes. Weaponization of poverty and allegations that Atiku, well, the proposed coalition is putting on the table of APC, and APC, well, hasn't denied it. They've been there for 10 years. May 2015 to May 2025 will be 10 years since they've led this country, and the description of their leadership is weaponization of poverty. Do you agree?
Well, when the people talked about weaponization of poverty and APC is tackling Atiku, Amechi, and El-Rufai, there's one word they used there. They say these three politicians in Nigeria are united by desperation. And they were silent on 8 years of Buhari's administration. This kind of issues is actually what brings confusion in Nigeria. Anybody who talks about what APC is doing, if you are not desperate, you are either so ambitious or you want to take over power from APC. Well, it's all they call them politics. But we know in sense society it's a constructive criticism that makes things work. You must have this checkmate that puts you back. The Igbo says it's not only the dead man that strengthens the neck. You can even strengthen the neck of a person who is alive. And it takes two to tango, because this idea, that is why people are blindly not looking at that everybody wants to support APC to sound political correct. But after we sound political correct, what next? That it tells you that some people do not really care about the people. They think they are making so much pretenses and noise, empty noise, that they are representing them. If we care about the people, there are certain things we take and find a way of doing that. It's not everybody that talks about how APC has fared in 2 years and that there is a hunger and hardship in Nigeria. You now find a way of replying and find a good word. Some people are paid to do it, fine. But then, let us search our conscience and think this, with this, if this will take Nigeria further, fine. If we would not, let us think about it. They call it politicking. After you do the politicking, you settle back in Abuja. What happens to us that are in the villages? And they don't come back home. Because somebody is saying that there's a high level of poverty in the society, that the central government has weaponized poverty to make sure everybody falls in line. And then we are talking about something must unite people. So if desperation has united these three major Nigerian politicians, then some will look into it. If they will ever We thank God that something is bringing them together to at least still keep a voice and say there is hunger, and it's not only Atiku, it's not only Amechi, it's not only El-Rufai that have been saying this.
Yeah, but again, so some persons would also say that these are the same persons who came together in 2014 and foisted a Buhari on us.
Yes.
And that experience still lives rent-free in our heads, and people didn't have a good experience having to, you know, allow Buhari come on board, and he was by all stretch of our imagination a very bad leader.
You're right.
So if these people come back again and tell us the same thing, in order for us to follow them because they are hungry, which we know that these guys are not hungry, it means that there's something that they're hiding.
No, they say they weaponize poverty. They didn't say that they are hungry. Now, what we are saying, they hoisted somebody on you in the past for 8 years, and we'll find where we are. So take it aside. Let them not speak again. Let the people who hoisted the ones who are now talk. And we'll continue to hoist and hoist. So if you hoist and it didn't work out, keep quiet. Don't talk again. How will that solve the problem? They have not denied they didn't hoist anybody. And they were part of this, even some of them that the Amechi and the El-Rufai were part of the APC to a great extent. Whatever is making them see that this party that they have supported so much is something that we should all stop to look at. Nobody, they are all politicians, yes. But it takes a thief to catch a thief. It takes a politician to criticize a politician. It takes, if you want to catch monkey, you behave like monkey. And whatever it is, however illustration we are going to make to drive what I'm trying to say home, shows that, Charles, don't you believe there's a hunger in the society?
Well, there is, but not from Amechi.
No.
Who has been in power for almost 30 years.
When hunger is in the society, you are concerned is whoever says it, who is coming from. So Amechi, Atiku, El-Rufai, keep quiet. Let Charles wait for somebody. Charles, let me tell you now, let's forget what Amechi. Charles, there's hunger in the society. Have you heard it? No, I mean, if that makes you to hear it, don't forget. That's why we, in Nigeria, we leave the substance and pursue shadow. Now, they have said this, and we know they are saying what we know. Now, it's left for us to know whether we follow them because they say it. Because you don't need to tell us there's hunger. And if you're saying there's hunger, and you are looking at the position of people who are causing the hunger, or you felt or alleging are causing the hunger, you must tell us where, if you get there, what you do to stop the hunger. It's not enough to remind what we know. The hunger is there, and it's gnawing away in our stomach. All the worms are growing fat. They're eating the intestines of Nigerians. And I tell you, there is real hunger. The worst thing is not if it's only hunger, Nigerians are wrestling, they will survive. There is insecurity. So you are battling hunger, you are battling insecurity. We are battling so many things. There's natural, the climate change has started bringing in, showing some signs that Nigeria is not safe. Flooding. The first time they reported flooding in Mokwa, they say 100 is dead, 100 missing. This morning, and 2 days after, they now calculated the missing among the dead. This morning, we have had 500 missing. 220 something already dead and buried. Now, what that tells you, in the next 3 days, they will add up the death in Mokwa to have reached about 800. They're just trying to give you that chloroquine coated in the chocolate. The flood that is going to besiege Nigeria, and the NIMET announced, to tell you again, 2 days ago, I saw a report that NIMET has warned between Monday yesterday and Wednesday, there will thunderstorms, there will great rain, that will also bring flood. Nobody, when NIMET has kept that, nobody, I don't see, we listen to weather forecasts from across the CNN and the foreign nations. We don't see Nigerian media pushing weather forecasts from NIMET for our Nigerians to see. We don't see the government agencies pushing it in all the things they tell us. They don't see people who are going about raising that awareness. Because there was an issue, we said, if NIMET warned, who drives their warning down to all the people? Because you know the high level of illiteracy in Nigeria. So the people who are in the villages do not know what Oyibo you are speaking, and you know, the government who are up to local government, they have councillors at the wards that are grassroots. How has it trickled down? The data and the information for the people to now see. And what has government done? That's what I'm saying. Niger state government, what did he do? What the other state governments do when Nemet announced this? And more rains are there. You woke up this morning and we know how it rained last night. These days, when it started raining, you're wondering whether it's Noah's Day. So if the climate change is in Noah's Day, return of Noah and the Noah's Ark, the government and the agencies that have all occupied Abuja, they do not want to occupy Nigeria. They occupied Abuja and they are settling themselves in Abuja. Should look deep. Otherwise, they won't see anywhere to go again or call their constituencies. And they will start struggling in Abuja. And who knows, very soon, whatever happened in Mokwa, what's the distance between Niger State and Abuja, the FCT? So when they think they're safely home, in all the government accommodations that we're paying for them to occupy in Abuja, and they don't think about other people. What happened in Mokwa? It's not a monopoly of Mokwa. The way I cry about this, the way I've been crying about issues in Nigeria. What happened in Mokwa recently is not a monopoly of Mokwa. And Nigerians are the legendary children who were eating mushroom when it was clear that mushroom killed their papa, mushroom killed their mama, mushroom killed their great-grandparents. You wake up in the morning and still see them. You say, what are you holding? That's Nigeria. Who did this to us? He said, "Na mushroom." He said, okay, your case is immequatable. Let me use Aziki Wesoibo. That's broken bottle that has no mequatalism. And it's unfair that we have people who think they're, I mean, I don't know. So let's move on. 43 killed. You talked about that in your opening statement in Benue. And we are saying, you know, how long will the Benue, Plateau, and Borno State bleed before we look there and think that emergency is needed? How long? The other states are bleeding quietly. Some of their governors want to sound political correct. Nothing happens. Whenever it happens, you cover it up. People are dying across. When they say the number of communities that have been occupied in southeast Nigeria, the results were released in Inter-Society recently. If you know, over 580-something communities have been occupied in southeast Nigeria. And the government of
occupied by who?
They're occupied by people who we suspect are the people who causing this trouble. And when you see strange people occupying your land, you don't know what they are doing. And every day people are being kidnapped. There's a viral video going on along with the Obioma, that old road connecting new 9th Mile. Viral video of cars that have been lined up there. It said people that were kidnapped. So there's hunger, hardship, there's insecurity everywhere. People are dying, people are going, and then Ribadu is saying, do not pay
ransom.
That's the National Security Advisor. He said, do not pay ransom, to not even negotiate with them. And he's speaking to us from Abuja. As National Security Advisor, he may have had reason why he's saying so. But I don't know. Because let me give you a clear instance of what happened. I was talking with some people. They said, when we get to Southeast Nigeria, the governors of Southeast Nigeria came to tell us, do not listen to sit at home. Then they'll go, come out, go to your trade businesses, do it. And it has happened everywhere. And they said, when I wake up in the morning, I walk the street, I don't see these governors. I don't see their wives. I don't see their children. I don't see their extended and relations in the market coming to open shops with us. We don't even see police. We don't see security. They will far. And you cannot access the government houses of Southeast Nigerian governors. And they will tell you, go. That's the same. I'm trying to compare this situation. These are Some of us that are in the street, what we hear. He said, you can sit down there. It's comfortable for you, for Ribadu to sit down there and say, don't. He didn't tell us alternative. There must be an alternative. If you say do not negotiate or give a ransom to the pay, what are you going to do? So when, God forbid, and there's somebody related to you, you get a phone call and they confirm that the people, the terrorists, the bandits are holding any of your relations, and they're calling you and said, go and bring money and keep it here. The same Nigerian system, some of them, the same Nigerian system in Nigeria, bandits will call you, tell you where to go, where are the police, where are the army, where are the security agents, where are the DSS. And you still go and pay the ransom comfortably. They take it and make viral video where they are sharing the money. And nobody can trace them. We don't have GPS information. They don't have the telecom businesses that are making billions of money that have hiking prices. They don't have a way of helping security track this. And we say we are Nigeria. And somebody sit down and say, they're using us as human shield. And that's dangerous. Human shield. That's what I consider the National Security Advisor wants us to do. It's easier for him to say so. Because he's safely tucked away in a very well cocooned and safeguarded office. So it's safe for him. But God forbid. But when you carry the dead body of another man, it looks like you're carrying a dead wood.
Chris, we are actually out of time, but I don't know if you can squeeze in within a minute. One of the headlines that attracted your attention, because there are so many
yes,
of them.
It's a resigned because of midnight exam.
Yeah.
Now they're calling for the WAEC, and I joined the voice and said the WAEC people should resign. Whoever is in charge of WAEC should resign.
Why?
We took exams. You took WAEC. I took WAEC. I can't remember how many years ago. We didn't take exam in the night. When WAEC has gone to conduct an exam in midnight, then it's high time. Well, if WAEC has turned to secret society and occult group.
But then, I mean, in your analysis, you also said previously that JAMB registrar should not resign. What's the difference between?
No, I said because people immediately call whoever set the trap for JAMB head boss is for him to be picked out, and they still remain in society. I said they should give him chance even before he resigned to go and clean up the system, because only he has the power to clean up the system.
So why do you think it's not? But
JAMB has been, the WAEC has been decentralized. We have NECO. We have now that even that what brought WAEC to have a competitor is even taking them further into disaster. The man should go. It means their case is on Mekotaro. Because it's not how many times will something happen to you before you learn it. You do the first one, they say WAEC, they say the second one, WAEC, we created an alternative NECO, and you still go organizing the exam in the midnight. Very soon you hear that there will be no exam at all, and they release the result.
Right.
Assault on vice principal.
We don't have time.
Yes, and that one. He said assault on. I thank the parents who go to attack principals, because they want the principal to allow their children to cheat in exams. Whatever you sow, you reap. When you go fight vice principals for your children to pass exam, that's why. So when they become the man, they're making the chairman of INEC tomorrow, who will be complaining? Nigerian society, we are part of the problem. And Nigerian parents these days, I bow and shudder at some of you and your behavior. And we are not ashamed. Chaps, God bless Nigeria. If Nigeria really want the blessing of God, because I keep calling for blessing, and Nigerians do not even want the blessing of God.
All right, thank you, Chris, for your insights. We're back after the short break. Do stay with us.
Save Nature TV. News in your pocket.